USC, superstar, perfect running back. Yo, nigga said he won't smoke. You know he want none of that. Told her that I'm about to come. Asked her what she wanted at. She said, you know damn well exactly what I wanted at. I brought you niggas for dinner. Your family raised in the center.
What's up, guys? Kitty Chris back on another video. It's time for wrestling news with wrestling-related news, both AEW, TNA, WWE, and other wrestling-related. And I was talking about Backlash. Is about the Royal Backlash about to begin this next Saturday. And speaking of Backlash, the details about Gunther return to reveal a WWE. Following the World Heavyweight Championship loss to Jey Uso at WrestleMania 41, Gunther lashed out in first rate attacking WWE's Raw commentators Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Outbursts led the Raw General Manager Adam Pearce fined to suspend Gunther immediately. After the announcement, the reports indicate the suspension was part of a storyline to accommodate Gunther's request for time off. Corey Hayes, initially reporting the request in PW Insider later, added in a total belief, pointing at a 2-3 week break. Gunther was also reporting seen in London during this time, and PW is saying that Gunther is not expected back on WTV until Backlash, where WWE has officially announced that he will face McAfee in a grudge match on next Saturday in his in-ring return. So, I would say Gunther, yeah, he might be returning. And he's the shot to the match, but the man I know about him, even so, if Pat McAfee finished Gunther and Pat about to die, bro. If I was Gunther, son gonna give him. But yeah, it is what it is. Next, we got a former TNA as person signed AEW. A former TNA person has signed with AEW. Josh Matthews, a female voice and face to wrestling fans from his lazy intentions in both WWE and TNA wrestling, is now working behind scenes in All Elite Wrestling. According to the report today with PW Insider, Matthews was reportedly spotted recently working at AEW's production trucks during broadcast. In the descriptive role, Matthews has undertaken and involved acting as key liaison during shows. He said it to be a facilitating communication between the core production team and the truck and the coaches, producers, and agents who are involved planning to execute the matches in seconds and live events. Matthews brings a decade of experience to AEW fans. First met him at the Royal Up on the inaugural season of WWE's Tough Enough 2001. WWE subsequently hired him in 2002. He has spent over a decade and with the company in various capacities, including as a backstage interviewer, host of shows like Afterburn, and especially as a play-by-play commentator for multiple brands, including ECW, SmackDown, and NXT before he released in 2014. Following the WWE departure, Matthews joined TNA Wrestling, then Impact Wrestling. In late 2014, taking over as the announcer. In January 2015, replacing Mike Tenay, he remained primary force of the promotion until 2021, when he transitioned into significant backstage role and senior producer and senior director of digital media. Matthews departed TNA earlier this year in February 2025. Amid the other staffing changes following the company's rebrand back to TNA's name, his wife, Madison Wayne, also worked for AEW as a coach and producer since 2022. So Matthews has signed to AEW, right? I don't know what this kind of need for most. The moral of the story is, I don't know why it's good for him, but I just believe him. But it's sad to say, but that's pretty good for him. And he catch it off. But this is what has happened. So yeah. But here's a good one. Hulk Hogan says new freestyle wrestling company can be as big as UFC or bigger. Appearing Fox and Friends Thursday morning to promote a newly announced Real American Freestyle, or RAF for short, wrestling league. WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan said incredibly high expectations for the official, declaring its potential to rival established giants like WWE and UFC. Hogan served as a commissioner for the new league, appearing alongside partner Eric Bischoff, chief media officer, to discuss the project lost yesterday. Acclaimed coach E.T. Martinez, chief operating officer. Hogan articulated a business scope for RAL Wrestling, which aims to blend legitimate freestyle wrestling competition with sports and entertainment presentations. According to reports from outlets including Fightful and Formula 1 Mania, Hogan stated that during a Fox and Friends interview, yes, it is a freestyle wrestling. It's professional now because we got to pay the athletes. Our goal is not to be competitive with Dana White and the UFC or the WWE, but to be this big or bigger because this is an underserved market. He emphasized the role of COO E.T. Martinez in securing the top amateur talent for the league, which is planned for the fair on August 30th in Cleveland. E.T. is Olympic. He has trained all the Olympic athletes and all the NCAA champions and all the college kids that we have made it. He was our source to pull all of our great talents in my son. So that makes sense for Hogan, but I agree with this man because Hogan made a company to the UFC nor WWE. I think I have it to find out. WWE plans for women's tag team champions titles amid Liv Morgan's hiatus. With the WWE women's tag team champion Liv Morgan temporarily separated from the film movie, fans asking about the status of Seahawks with Raquel Rodriguez. A new report on PW Insider reported an update of the situation. Currently, there are no plans for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to be a strip of the WWE Women's Tag Team belts due to Morgan's added commitment. The report that Morgan is believed that it already been filmed in Japan, the Bad Lieutenant. So, Bad Lieutenant Tokyo with the film on schedule in the next few weeks. Despite the departure of a significant movie role, Morgan's absence from the WWE program is not even expected to prolong, according to the PW Insider, to believe we should be back in a month or so, if not sooner. This indicates while Morgan focused on the film project in the immediate future, the WWE intends for her and Rodriguez to remain champions and anticipate Morgan's return on television in early or mid 2025. So they got no plans for, stripping of the women's tag team title. We don't know if God had an answer about this. Even so, no plan to be seen is we gotta see what happens next. If Liv Morgan's departure was for that until June, that the question is. So let's give him what he came for. An injured WWE star expected an in-ring return soon. WWE superstar Kiana James is reportedly nearing her return to the in-ring competition after being sidelined with an injury nearly 11 months. The injury occurred back in June 2024, sidelining James just 1 month after she dropped in the main roster for NXT. halted her initial momentum. Her last time spot match took place on June 17, 2014, when she participated in a women's true threat match when the current women's world champion Io Sky as Liv Vega. During the ladies' Retro Force Sphere or the Sports Kia backstage pass on Patreon, it was noted that James Hill called the Liv ring in return. According to sources, we are told Kiana James should be way back soon, and she on the first. If not, I'll be mega clear to compete. James, who was drafted last year to Monday Night Raw, she wrestled 2 matches prior to the same leg injury. She defeated Natalia in the single match and lost 3-way Money in the Bank qualifying match. If anything about Keon James, we know about this. Be right back. Either Keon James just got a little hurtful things here, but is he back actually returning? So that's the question I had to say. It come back with an answer. The WWE is still expected to host draft this year. Now, according to the latest episode of Wrestle Force Radio, it appears to be that WWE still plans to hold its annual draft sometime this year, but fitting into the company's package event schedule with pressing channels. We're discussing the possibility of the draft of 2025. Wrestle Force confirmed that an expectation that it won't occur with the specific dates remains exclusive. But for the draft? Yes, I do believe so. The report stated that TC, I don't think you heard a date. I haven't heard a date. There are certainly terms from a dense period of preliminary events and special horizon outlining the vacancy. Wrestle Force noted the calendar gets a little tricky. You're going to get Backlash next week, and you're going to get Saturday's main event 2 weeks. After that, you're getting the Money in the Bank 2 weeks after that. 3 weeks, you're going to start the radio show. Then a week after, you get a Rumor Evolution show. And then you come down on bed before SummerSlam. This busy stretch, running from early May through early July, leaves a few clear windows to schedule multi-night draft across Raw and SmackDown. So there's a lot going on. I don't know exactly when and where they pencil in and draft in, but I would expect 1.5 minutes watch for concludes. I mean, WWE draft could be a little harder. Could be after Backlash in Saturday Night's main event. I think that's a pretty good deal. So we'll see what happens. If I were correctly for this in a multi-week for the brands, NXT, TNA, you got me another record stew. So there you go. Time frame for the return of the injured WWE star. Superstar Tama Tonga has suffered injury and is expected out of action for the undisclosed period. According to Lady Wrestle Folks Radio, episodes said the injury adds to the complexity to the status of the faction currently featuring Soldier Core and Taker Fatu, formerly dubbed as the Bloodline 2.0. Particularly, Tonga Lord's anticipated return. Loa was poorly on the pace mid-summer comeback from his own injury issues. With Tama now sidelined as well. So another little injury bit. We are told Tonga has suffered injury and will be out action for an undisclosed amount of time. It will be interesting to see if this affects Tonga Lord's return, as he was on pace for a mid-summer comeback. However, with his brother and tag partner now shelved, his timetable also remains to be seen. So, Matt's waiting for Tama Tonga. Oh, they say yeah on that word. Moving on. Backstage news on the main roster status of 3 WWE superstars. The PWI had issued an update regarding the 3 main roster of NXT standouts. Roxanne Perez, David Fekir, and Julia are made recent speculations about WWE call-ups. According to May 1st, 2025 reports, all 3 wrestlers are still listed and eternally members of the official NXT roster. The outlet also clarified its previous report on the matter. The PW Insider stated that while they had noted a few days ago that they were working to confirm the official call-up status of these talents, this was incorrectly presented elsewhere as PWInsiderly.com stated that the call-ups are 100% done. They know this was something that were never said. Therefore, despite any recent main roster appearance or rumors suggesting otherwise, that the interim move for Perez, Fekir, and Julia from NXT to Raw or SmackDown has not been finalized at this time, according to reports. So, you guys want to say anything about me? It was that Julia Fekir and this. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, come on. Seriously. Fekir, Perez, and Julia. That might be top stars. But that catch is good enough here. And reported that the killer headed to AEW. The killer is head of the United States following the end of her run with Stardom. And a new report that says light from interest that she received from AEW and WWE, according to the from the Fightful Select, the killer wrapped up her Stardom. This past weekend, she had a long plan to relocate in the U.S. Tours with WWE previously. They indicate that had been keeping an eye her when AEW so strong and an interest in her tour the last year. Independent promoter had also expressed interest. However, AEW sources now that she believes like a head away as the killer has probably not heard doing that move. Hey, that's a good move. Man, that's what's up. The killer is going to be a next move, going to be AEW. Why the end at Double or Nothing? So, there you go. That's what I haven't seen it before. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. So now, I gotta say, give credit's due. And then, we ain't seen that before, but if that's because of AEW, you gotta give me this, guys. So now, wrestling news is gonna be an all-time being, and Backlash is on the way. Double or None. You gotta give it, guys, so much. That's all I love. Pat McAfee versus Gunther, Blood Smash. Oh man, it's gonna be doing with the start. And of course, John Cena versus Randy Orton. That's all I gotta say. So comment on how you feel about what's going to happen in wrestling news. What's going to happen, how you feel about it. Hit like button and subscribe to my channel and hit notification on Midland Field. I'll see you guys next time. Bro Kitty with signing on DMV and Home and Lake Studios. Peace, more love, and I'm out. See ya.
With everybody saying, yeah.
You mean to tell me you watched the entire video but you haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button and become a member on Patreon or on YouTube to get access to the Discord. We're waiting for you in the Shadow Realm.
Do it! Just do it! Make your dreams come true! So just do it!
Please, please.